the Loch Ness Monster. Here's some background information about the Loch Ness Monster. A loch is actually a lake in Scotland. This is a Scottish person in traditional dress. He's wearing a kilt and playing the bagpipes. These are monks, the religious men that like to be alone and pray. Here's a cartoon of a monster called Nessie that lives in the lake. Here's the first picture we think was taken over 70 years ago of Nessie in the lake or loch. We don't know if Nessie's real or fake, but we think it could have been a prehistoric sea dinosaur. And here's what people imagine it to look like. The Loch Ness Monster, also known as Nessie, is believed to live in the inky black waters of the 700-foot deep Lake Ness in Scotland. In Scotland, a lake is called a loch. It is the biggest and deepest lake in the United Kingdom. Because the water is so deep and so dark, it is difficult to see any creatures, even fish. The Loch Ness Monster remains one of the world's most famous mysteries. Nessie is thought to be a giant creature with a huge round body, maybe 100 feet long, with a long neck. Some think it's a prehistoric sea dinosaur. Sightings of Nessie date back as far as 500 years ago, when an Irish monk caught sight of the monster while visiting the area. Although Nessie had always been a legend in Scotland, it wasn't until 1934 when a doctor got a photo of the famous lake monster, and the tourist situation really boomed and took off. Since then, millions of people visit Loch Ness every year trying to catch a glimpse of it. Everyone wants to jump on the bandwagon for a quick shot at fame to be the first person to prove it is real. There have been hundreds of people saying they saw her, but only 5 pictures have been taken. Because the pictures may have been fake, proof that she's real is still not known. Here's a picture of the first picture that was taken, but it might be a fake. And then here's a picture of what we think, if it's a prehistoric dinosaur, it would look like. The Honest Monk. Once upon a time, there was an Irish monk who was visiting the beautiful Loch Ness Lake in Scotland. Monks are very honest, and they like to be alone in the quiet so they can meditate and pray. He looked at the loch and said, "This lake is quiet and peaceful, so it is the perfect place to pray." He noticed the lake was as dark as the night, and that made him nervous. "I hope there's nothing lurking below that I cannot see." He paddled out and settled back and floated on the calm lake. He was so relaxed that his body felt like a limp noodle, and he quickly fell asleep. Splash! He was awoken by something moving in the water. He was shaking in his boots. What was that?" he cried. Suddenly, he saw a huge, dark, snake-like figure slithering in the water. It swam below his boat and popped up again. "Wow, I think it's a monster," he yelled. When he got back to shore, he told everyone about the creature that he named Nessie. The people didn't believe him at first, but when they heard he was a monk, they knew he wouldn't lie. Ever since then, word spread around the world, and it put Loch Ness on the map, because now everyone comes to see if they can catch a glimpse of the monster.